कीर्तन कानन तन परौ प्रेमामृतांबनिधि कुजत कोकिल हंस सार श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे कृष्ण हरे हरे राम 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 हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे
माझा
हरे
माझा क्लास
हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Chant and be happy.
I'm listening. I'm listening.
Sorry, Prabhu's file corrupted. Let me see if I can fix it. Good morning, Hare Krishna, all glories to Srila Prabhupada, and welcome to our Sunday morning reading and discussion of Srimad Bhagavatam from the Delhi Bhagavatams, the original books that Prabhupada brought with him on the Jaladuta from India to America. And he arrived on September 19th officially in New York City, and he saw the trunks come off the boat, and they were very treasured items, real treasure, because they contain the absolute truth from the disciplic succession and part of the mission of Lord Chaitanya was to preach Srimad Bhagavatam and to teach people how to chant the holy names, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Chant along, don't be shy. So I have a good announcement today. I wanted to thank you, Yashoda, for reminding me. Yashodanandana Prabhu. thank you for reminding me to ask Devaki Devi Dasi if she wanted to attend our upcoming festival. And we have a festival that's coming on November 15th, 2025. It's an annual event. In other words, we're starting with this, and every year we're going to have this celebration. We're going to start all our events now on PDA HKS as annual events because they annually reoccur. And that's a principle to build value into an event, not just have a one-time event and then goodbye, see you later. No, you have to have events that repeat. I learned that when I ran music festivals. So this festival is much more important than a music event, let's say. And I wanted to let you know that Devaki Devi Dasi will be speaking at our November 15th event celebrating Prabhupada's disappearance. And she mentioned to me yesterday, she has a few pastimes that she experienced with Srila Prabhupada during his personal presence. And I've asked everyone that's on the guest list what year they were initiated. And she told me 1975, or 76, excuse me. And just so you know, she has a history of devotional service dating back to the time of Keith Ham. And Dharma, she was a member of that so-called Sankirtan party or collecting party for his propagation of himself. So, but she's going to be here. And I also mentioned Danishta Devi Dasi will also be on the program. And Rochisha Devi Dasi, yes, you're going to be on the program. Ram Raghava, I believe, yes, you're on the program. So our numbers are increasing of guests. They're going to speak specifically about their experiences with Srila Prabhupada. And if any of you are interested in joining our group of devotees who are glorifying Srila Prabhupada by your personal experience, either personal or even by your Vani experience, that's also legitimate too. Both are good. So we want to have a grand celebration that day. I wish we were all together and we could have a prasadam feast, Ram Raghava? And I'd get you to make the samosas. Sorry. Maybe we'll get the Samosa King someday to do that for us. We have a wonderful devotee in Australia. I've given him this nickname, the Samosa King. And he makes 1,000 samosas a week. Did you know that? And he offers them up. That's every week. So that means if he's doing 1,000 a week, Ram Raghava, a simple calculation means 52,000, 52 weeks, 52,000 samosas a year of prasadam. Oh. And is that a good thing? Yes, it is. Everybody in their own specific way can do a good thing for other conditioned souls based on the information that they obtain from Prabhupada's books, from their own personal discipline, the practice. Some people say, well, I don't like your rules. Your rules, you have this rule, you're supposed to attend classes and listen to the philosophy. I don't think I like that. It's not my rule. It is Prabhupada's rule that people should hear daily, Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya, every day. not 3 times a week. And people have requested us to increase our programs, and we are, by the way, very much so. And we want to thank all the people that are stepping up, especially our new devotees, who are very, very appreciative. If you look at the chat here, Ram Raghava, see what happens? All these devotees are Forest Temple. He wrote such a nice thing. And I've got to become a friend of his through this community. And he has told me his history. He used to be in Hawaii, and he rode on the Jaladuta too. Yashodanandana Prabhu. There's some kind of boat that a Prabhu had, and he looks back fondly on those days and all his experiences. And he's still connected with Radharani, who is, I believe she's in Kansas, just so you know, Yashoda. And she's been very faithful to coming to these programs and hearing and chanting the glories of Sri Krishna in our programs. We're not a political group, we're a spiritual group. And when you look at our slideshows at the beginning of the group, you see all those work that we've done to create that. I was not there. No, never. I was not there yet for the boat. Oh, no, I thought that was before. Anyway, the point is that these slideshows, they give us an understanding of the concise purpose behind these programs that we created 4 years ago. And it's been a rocky road. Check this out, Ram Raghava, and everybody on the program. I was on the program early today, somewhat early, racing around to get ready. And then at 2 minutes to 8, guess what happened, Yashoda? My power went off here in Yotapek. It goes off. I go, doink, what am I going to do? So Ram Raghava, very astutely, he sent me, he's watching the screen. He saw me disappear from the set. So he sends me a text on my phone. What happened? Where are you? I go, the power just went off. And he asked me, well, can you get on? I was thinking, how am I going to solve this? I have to run across the property, move my computer, get reset up, this and that. And then all of a sudden, the power came back on. Now, when the power comes on, you have to reboot everything, and it booted up, and here we are. So it worked out very nicely. And, you know, technology is something that we depend on, but it isn't always consistent. Sometimes things might happen due to circumstance out of our control. But the point is this, that we're dovetailing the use of technology. This is Krishna consciousness. Whatever you do, whatever actions you perform, you do them for the satisfaction of Guru and Krishna. Now, we're not very good devotees, really. You know, we can't understand Krishna in his transcendental form. That's a very hard subject to grasp. But we do understand one important thing, everyone, and is Prabhupada is giving us an access through his books, through his personal life, the work that he did. And when you look back at the diaries and when you think about that, how Prabhupada was feeling when he saw those Bhagavatams come off the boat, what he must have felt. You have to see that, all the history, him in Tompkins Square Park, chanting, him staying in all these different places, in the Bowery and other places like that, which were very difficult. He had no place to even bathe himself. He had no place to cook, but yet, did he give up? No. And we're not going to give up. That's our commitment to ourselves and everyone else, that we will stay consistent in our opportunity. It's an opportunity here to hear and chant and get out of Maya that which is not. People think they're this person, this citizen, that citizen. But this is all illusion. Now, it may be, sometimes people get mad at me. They say, well, why do you refer to the body as pus, stool, and urine, Vishva? Well, that's what it is. You can think it's something else. You can think you're a Canadian or an American or a Jew or a Muslim, but we're none of these things. We're actually, and this is Sanatan Dharma preaching. It's not sectarian. We are all, irrespective of these designations, the spirit soul. And we've talked about that anyway this week, about certain people that were referring to us as sectarian. You're wrong. And we have a right to deal with people that are going to try to defame us, slander us, and misrepresent the philosophy. Just like right now, I don't know if all of you have seen this latest publication that came out blaspheming Bhaktivinoda Thakur. It is absolutely horrific. But there are groups that will do that. That is a way that a lot of people in this world deal. They try to make money by doing sensational projects like these people. Yashoda has a more background in them. I don't. But we're going to move forward out of all of that. And we're going to go back to these books I've been recommending, because these small books are Prabhupada lectures. This lecture, these lectures are from 1966. And Prabhupada is carefully summarizing the philosophy for new people. That was his point back then. And so this is an opportunity for new people to understand the philosophy in a summary format like these books. I hope you can see it. And we're going to go to that, and we're going to read it. It's really, Rochisha, it's quite an adventure, isn't it? We're going through these books, all these different books that I'm personally reading and thinking, when I read them, I think, oh, this is a good idea. Maybe we should read these in the class. Just slide down a bit, brother. Thank you. We are spirit soul. Thank you. You're right on target today. I love it. And as such, we are eternal. Why should we subject ourselves to birth and death? One who asks this question is to be considered intelligent, but those who are Krishna conscious are very intelligent because they are not interested in gaining entrance to any planet where there is death. They will reject a long duration of life in order to attain a body like unto God's. Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha. Sat means eternal. Chit means full of knowledge. And Ananda means full of pleasure. Krishna is the reservoir of pleasure. So the opposite is a sat. If we transfer ourselves from this body to the spiritual world, either to Krishna Loka, Krishna's planet, or any other spiritual planet, we will receive a similar Satchidananda body. Thus, the aim of those who are in Krishna consciousness is different from those who are trying to promote themselves to higher planets within this material world. The self, or soul of the individual, is a minute spiritual spark. The perfection of yoga lies in the transferal of this spiritual spark to the top of the head. Having attained this, the yogi can transfer himself to any planet in the material world according to his desire. If the yogi is curious to know what the moon is like, he can transfer himself there, or he is interested in higher planets, he can transfer himself there, just as travelers go to New York, Canada, or other cities on the earth. Wherever one goes on the earth, he finds the same visa and custom systems operating. And on all the material planets, one can similarly see the principles of birth, old age, disease, and death operating. Om Itya Ika Karsharam Brahma, at the point of death. A lot of people don't like to discuss death. You know that. I just experienced a death here at Yotapek. It was still on my mind every day. At the point of death, the yogi can pronounce Om, Omkara, the concise form of transcendental sound vibration. The yogi can vibrate this sound and at the same time, Mam Anushmaram, remember Krishna or Vishnu, he attains the highest goal. It is the process of yoga to concentrate the mind on Vishnu. The impersonalist imagines some form of the Supreme Lord, but the personalists do not imagine this. They actually see it. Whether one imagines him or actually sees him, one has to concentrate his mind on the personal form of Krishna. Ananya Chaita Satatam Yomam Smarati Nityashaha Vyashaham Sulabha Partha Nitya Yuktasya Yogina. For one who remembers me without deviation, I'm easy to obtain, O son of Pritha, because of his constant engagement in devotional service, Bhagavad Gita 8:14. Those who are satisfied with temporary life, temporary pleasure, and temporary facilities are not to be considered intelligent. No, they're in Maya, at least not according to Bhagavad Gita. One whose brain substance is very small is interested in temporary things according to the Gita. So Prabhupada's preaching like this. We are eternal, so why should we be interested in temporary things? No one wants a non-permanent situation, true. If we are living in an apartment and the landlord asks us to vacate, we are sorry, but we are not sorry if we move into a better apartment. It is our nature, because we are permanent, to want permanent residence. We don't wish to die, because in actuality, we are permanent. Nor do we want to grow old or be diseased, because these are all external and non-permanent states. Although we are not meant to suffer from fever, sometimes fever comes and we have to take precautions and remedies to get well again. The fourfold miseries are like a fever, and they are all due to the material body. If somehow we can get out of the material body, we can escape the miseries that are integral with it. For the impersonalists, to get out of this temporary body, Krishna here advises that they vibrate the syllable Om. In this way, they can be assured of transmigration into the spiritual world. There are two worlds. Most people were never aware of that, even when before Prabhupada appeared in this Western world. However, although they may enter the spiritual world, they cannot enter into any of the planets there. I was speaking to a friend who's a Christian. They have no idea of what the spiritual world was. They think there's heaven and hell. That's basically it. They remain outside in the Brahma Jyoti, the Brahmajyoti, may be likened unto the sunshine, and the spiritual planets may be likened unto the sun itself. In the spiritual sky, the impersonalists remain in the effulgence of the Supreme Lord, the Brahmajyoti. The impersonalists are placed in the Brahmajyoti as spiritual sparks, and in this way, the Brahmajyoti is filled with spiritual sparks. This is what is meant by merging into the spiritual existence. That's a very popular philosophy amongst most groups. It should not be considered that one merges into the Brahmajyoti in the sense of becoming one with it. The individuality of the spiritual spark is retained, but because the impersonalist, and we all know them, does not want to take a personal form, he is found as a spiritual spark in that effulgence. Just as the sunshine is composed of so many atomic particles, so the Brahmajyoti is composed of so many spiritual sparks. And this was a mission of Prabhupada, to defeat impersonalism. However, as living entities, we want enjoyment. Being in itself is not enough. We want bliss, ananda, and as well sat. In this entirety, the living entity is composed of three qualities: eternality, knowledge, and bliss. Those who enter impersonally into the Brahmajyoti, the white light, can remain there for some time in full knowledge that they are now merged homogeneously with Brahman. But they cannot have that eternal ananda bliss because that part is wanting. One may remain alone in a room for some time and may enjoy himself by reading a book or engaging in some thought, but it is not possible to remain in that room for years and years at a time, and certainly not for all eternity. Therefore, for one who merges impersonally into the existence of the Supreme, there's every chance of falling down again into the material world in order to acquire some association. Yes, association. People want that. This is the verdict of Srimad Bhagavatam. Astronauts may travel thousands and thousands of miles, but if they do not find rest on some planet, they have to return again to the earth. In any case, rest is required. In the impersonal form, rest is uncertain. Therefore, Srimad Bhagavatam says that even after so much endeavor, if the impersonalist enters into the spiritual world and acquires an impersonal form, he returns again to the material world because of neglecting to serve the Supreme Lord in love and devotion. As long as we are here on earth, we must learn to practice to love and serve Krishna, the Supreme Lord. If we learn this, we can enter into those spiritual planets. The impersonalist position in the spiritual world is non-permanent, for out of loneliness he will attempt to acquire some association. Because he does not associate personally with the Supreme Lord, he has to return again to the world and associate with conditioned living entities there. So much depth. It is of utmost importance, therefore, that we know the nature of our constitutional position. We want eternity, complete knowledge, and pleasure also. When we are left alone for a long time, we cannot have pleasure. We accept the pleasure given by the material world. True. In Krishna consciousness, real pleasure is enjoyed. And the material world is generally accepted that the highest pleasure is sex. This is a perverted reflection of sex pleasure in the spiritual world, the pleasure of association with Krishna. If we should not think that pleasure is there, is like excuse me, the sex pleasure in the material world. No, it is different. But unless sex life is there in the spiritual world, it cannot be reflected here. Here it is simply a perverted reflection. Okay. But the actual life is there in Krishna, who is full of all pleasure. Therefore, the best process is to train ourselves now so that at the time of death, we may transfer ourselves to the spiritual universe, to Krishna Loka, and then associate with Krishna. In Brahma Samhita, Sri Krishna and his abode are described as thus: Chintamani Prakara Sadmasu, Kalpa Briksha Lakshe Briteshu Surabhir Abhipalyantam, Lakshmi Shahasra Sata Sambrahman, Sevyamanam Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, the first progenitor who is tending the cows, fulfilling all desire, in abodes built with spiritual gems, surrounded by millions of wish-filling trees, always served with great reverence and affection by hundreds and thousands of Lakshmis or Gopis. Brahma Samhita 529. That's a description, I must say. This is a description of Krishna Loka. The houses are made of what is called touchstone. Whatever touchstone touches immediately turns into gold. The trees are wish-fulfilling trees or desire trees. Do you hear that, Rudrani? Who can receive from whatever he wishes. In this world, we get mangoes from mango trees and apples from apple trees, but there from any tree, one can get whatever he desires. Similarly, the cows are called Surabhi, and they yield an endless supply of milk. These are descriptions of the spiritual planets found in the Vedic literatures. In the material world, we become acclimatized to birth, death, and all sorts of suffering. Material scientists have discovered many facilities for sense enjoyment and destruction, but they have discovered no solution for the problems of old age, disease, and death. They cannot make any machine that will check death, old age, or disease. We can manufacture something that will accelerate death, but nothing will stop death. Those who are intelligent, however, are not concerned with the fourfold miseries of material life, but with elevation to the spiritual planets. And that's our group here. One who is continuously in trance, Nitya Yuktasya Yogina, does not divert his attention to anything else. He's always situated in trance. We have some of our devotees that are in trance. His mind is always filled with that thought of Krishna without deviation. Ananya Cheta Satatam. Satatam refers to anywhere and any time. In India, I lived in Vrindavan, and how I'm in America, but this does not mean that I'm out of Vrindavan, because I think of Krishna always. And I'm always in Vrindavan. Here's something to attach yourself to, regardless of the material designation. Krishna consciousness means that one always lives with Krishna on that spiritual planet, Goloka Vrindavan, and that is simply waiting to give up this material body. Smarati Nitya Sa means continuously remembering, and for one who is continuously remembering Krishna, the Lord becomes Tashyaham Sulabha, easily purchased. This is the secret. Krishna himself says that he is easily purchased by this bhakti yoga process. Then why should we take to any other process? We can chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. How much? 24 hours daily. There are no rules and regulations. One can chant in the street or in the subway or at his home or office. There's no tax or expense. So why not take to it? And that is the end of that wonderful lecture. There's so much information here, and not only information, positive affirmation, hope that our lives will be successful by taking to this process and going back to Godhead at the end of this life by the mercy of His divine grace, A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada. And thank you, Prabhupada, for this insight today at this Srimad Bhagavatam reading and discussion. We're going to move forward with our next section of the program, which is everybody ready? It's a Prabhupada lecture. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Juta Padakamalam. That is Brahman, to be liver. Etad vidityaja prayati sa Brahmana. One who knows. Therefore Prahlad Maharaj says, Durlabhaga manusam janma adhruvam arthadam. He was preaching amongst his class friends. He was born in a demonic family, Hiranyakashipu. And his class friends also of the same category. So Prahlad Maharaj was advising them, my dear brothers, let us cultivate Krishna consciousness. So other boys, what do they know about Krishna consciousness? Prahlad Maharaj is liberated from the very birth. So they say, what is this Krishna consciousness? They could not understand. So he was convincing them, Durlabhaga manusanga janma tadapi adhruvam arthadam. This human body is durlabha. Labdha sudurlabham idam bahusambhavan. This human form of body is a great concession given by the material age. People are so miscreant and foolish. They do not understand what is the value of this human form. They engage this body for sense gratification like cats and dogs. The Shastra therefore says, no, this human form of body is not meant for spoiling like the hogs and dogs. Nayana deha, deho hajana niloke. Everyone has got a body, material body. But niloke, in the human society, this body is not to be spoiled. Nayam ayam deha, deho bhajam niloke. Kastana kaman arhati vidubhujani. This human form is simply working uselessly hard day and night for sense gratification. This is the business of the hog and dog. They are doing also the same thing. Whole day and night working hard simply for sense gratification. So, therefore in the human society, there must be a system of division. That is called Varnasambha. That is Vedic civilization. That is real called Arya Samaj. Arya Samaj does not mean to become rascal and fool and deny the existence of God. No. That is anarja. Just like Krishna rebuked Arjuna. Anarja justam. You are talking like anarja. one who is not Krishna conscious is anarja. Arja means who is advanced in Krishna consciousness. So really Arja Samaj means Krishna conscious person. Otherwise bogus. Bogus Arja Samaj. Because here from the Bhagavad Gita says, Krishna says Arjuna, rebuke him, because he was refusing to fight, because he does not know what is his duty. Again, Arjuna is admitting here that Tatpanna dosopahata svabhava. Yes, I am anarj, I become anarj, because I have forgotten my duty. So, actually Arya Samaj means Krishna conscious society, international society for Krishna. That is Arya, not bogus. So here Arjuna is explaining, putting himself, yes, tatparna dosha, because I am forgetting my duty. Therefore, avata sabhava, I am bewildered in my natural propensities. Kshatriya should be always active. Whenever there is a war, there is fight, they must be very much enthusiastic. A Kshatriya, if another Kshatriya says, I want to fight with you, he or he cannot refuse. Yes, come on, fight, take sword, immediately come on. That is Kshatriya. Now he is refusing to fight, therefore he can understand, he can stand this side, not in front. He is forgetting his duty, Kshatriya duty. Therefore he is admitting, yes, tatpanna dosho apahata sabhav. My natural duty I am forgetting. Therefore I have become miser. Therefore when you become miser, that is a disease condition. Then what is your duty? Then go to a person who can, just like when you become diseased, you go to a physician and ask him what to do, sir. I am not suffering with this disease. This is your duty. Similarly, when we are perplexed in our duties, or we forget our duties, it is very nice to go to the superior person and ask him what to do. So who can be superior person than Krishna? Therefore Arjuna says, Prichyami tvam, I am asking you. Because it is my duty, I am now falling in my duty, faulty. So this is not good. So I must ask somebody who is superior to me. That is the duty. Tad vijnanatham sa gurumeva abhigacche. This is the Vedic duty. Everyone is perplexed. Everyone is suffering in this material world, being perplexed, but he will not search out a bona fide guru. No. That is Karpanna dosha. That is Karpanna dosha. Here Arjuna is coming out of the Karpanna dosha. How? He is asking Krishna, Prichyami tvam. My dear Krishna, you are the most superior person that I know, you are Krishna. So I am perplexed. Actually I am forgetting my duty. Therefore I am asking you.
It makes a definite point that you have to search out a bona fide spiritual master, not a fake guru. And that is your key to spiritual enlightenment. And Prabhupada was asked at the beginning of, and he mentions it in the beginning of the Bhagavad Gita in the introduction, that there are so many people that are translating the Gita. The Bhagavad Gita, there's over 600 translations. But why did he undertake to present the Bhagavad Gita again? And the answer was because it he's telling the Bhagavad Gita as it should be understood, as Krishna spoke it. Therefore, it's called the Bhagavad Gita as it is. It's not simply the Bhagavad Gita. It is the Bhagavad Gita as it is. And that was Prabhupada's gift to all of us. And this is our gift to all of us as well, that we're presenting the Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, and Chaitanya Charitamrita as they were presented by him without any change or adulteration. And that is our opportunity to be a part of this group, that we can hear the message of Krishna consciousness without any change. Let's go forward with our next section of the program, which is the chanting, the non-sectarian chanting of Prabhupada's Jaya Radha Madhava. And then we'll proceed with the hearing of this philosophy from our speaker, Yashodanandana Prabhu. All glories to all of you who are attending this program. Hari Bol.
Sai. Jaya Radha Madhava Punya Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Punya Bihari. सदस्यमान भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी प्रभुपाद की जय, अनंत कोटि वैष्णववृंद की जय, नामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद से अद्वैत गदाधर शिवास आदि गौर भक्तवृंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गौ गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरिवर्धन की जय, वृंदावन धाम की जय, नवद्वीप धाम की जय, स्वामी तो भक्तवृंद की जय, गंगा माई की जय, जमुना माई की जय, तुलसी देवी की जय, भक्ति देवी की जय, स्वामी तो भक्तवृंद की जय। All glories to the assembled Lord. All glories to the assembled Lord. Thank you very much.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. O my Lord, Sri Krishna, the son of Vasudeva, the all-pervading personality of Godhead, I offer my respectful obeisances unto you from Srimad Bhagavatam 1:1:1. Narayanam namaskritya. Narayanam namaskritya. Naram cheva narottamam. Naram cheva narottamam. Devim saraswatim vyasam. Devim saraswatim vyasam. Tato jayam mudirayet. Tato jayam mudirayet. One should utter the means of conquest, Srimad Bhagavatam, after offering respectful obeisances, 1, to the personality of God in Narayana, 2, to the Narayana Rishi, who is the supermost human being, 3, to the Mother Saraswati, the goddess of learning, then 4, to Srila Vyasadeva, the author, from Srimad Bhagavatam 1-4. Welcome everyone to this reading and discussion on Srimad Bhagavatam. This reading is being conducted from the original 1962 New Delhi edition, all synonyms, translations, and purports by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, founder Acharya of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, also known as the Krishna Consciousness Movement. As we do every week, we will be reading a few selected verses from the Srimad Bhagavatam first canto, second chapter, where it is explained what is the meaning and the benefit of hearing this powerful transcendental literature. Yadanudyasina yukta karma granti nibandanam chindanti kovidastasya kona kuryat kataratim. Intelligent persons do cut off the internet of the knot of reactionary work by remembrance of the personality of Godhead. Therefore, who will not give attention to his message? Shushrushoho sadadanasya vasudeva kataruchihi syan mahat sevaya vipraha punyatirtha nishevanat. O the twice-born sages, by serving those devotees who are completely freed from all ranges of vice, a standard of great service is done, and as the result of such great service, affinity in the messages of Vasudeva is made possible. Srinvatam svakata Krishnaha punyasravana kirtanaha Ridyantasto hyabadrani vidunoti suritsatam. Sri Krishna, the personality of Godhead, who is also the Paramatma in everyone's heart and the benefactor of the truthful devotee, does cleanse the desire for material enjoyment in the heart of the devotee who has developed the urge for hearing his, Krishna's messages, which are themselves virtuous when properly heard and chanted. Nashtaprayeshu babhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya bhagavati uttama shloke bhaktir bhavati naishtiki. By regular attendance in the Bhagavatam class or rendering service unto the pure devotees, all that is inauspicious in the heart of a candidate becomes destroyed almost to nil, and thus loving service unto the personality of Godhead, who is praised with transcendental songs, comes into being an irrevocable fact. Tadarajastamo baba kamalo bhadayaschaye chetaetera naviddam stitam sattve prasidati. As soon as irrevocable loving service is fixed up in one's heart, at that time the effects of the nature's mode of passion and ignorance, such as lust, desire, and hankerings, etc., do disappear from one's heart, and he becomes fixed up in a mode of goodness, which makes him completely happy. Evam prasanna manaso bhagavad bhakti yogataha bhagavad tata vijnanam mukta sangasya jayate. Thus, when one is positively fixed up in a mode of unalloyed goodness, the enlivened-minded man affected by contact of devotional service of the Lord can positively know scientific knowledge of the personality of Godhead in the stage of liberation from all material association. Vidyate hridaya grantis chidyante sarva samshaya kshiyante chasya karmani drishtae vatmanishware. The knot of one's heart is thus pierced, and all misgivings are cut into pieces. The chain of fruitive actions are terminated, along with the seeing of oneself, the dominating factor. We will proceed with our specific verse for today. We are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 7, text number 26. Kimidam svitkuto beti deva deva navedmyaham sarvato mukamayati teja paramadaharunaha. Kim, what is? Idam, this. Svit, does it come? Kuto, where from? Beti, be either. Deva deva, of the lords of the lords. Na, not. Vedmi, do I know? Aham, I. Sarvato, all round. Mukam, directions. Ayati, coming from. Tejaha, effulgence. Parama, very much. Darunaha, dangerous. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. O the Lord of Lords Krishna, how this all around dangerous effulgence coming out, and where does it come from? I do not understand it. Please tell me. Purport by His Divine Grace. Anything that may be presented before the personality of Godhead may be so done after due presentation of respectful prayers. That is the standard procedure. And Sri Arjuna, although an intimate friend of the Lord, is observing the system for general information. Text number 27. Sri Bhagavanu Vacha Petvaidam Dhona Putrasya Brahmamastram Pradarshitam Naeva Asobeda Samharam Pranabada Upastite. Move the page up, please. Sri Bhagavan, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Uvacha, said, Bheta, just know it from me, Idam, this, Drona Putrasya, of the son of Drona, Brahma Astram, hymns of Brahma weapon, nuclear, pradarsitam, exhibited, na, not, eva, even, aso, he, veda, know it, samaharam, retraction, pranabhada, extinction of life, upastite, being imminent. Translation: the Supreme Personality of God had said, just know it from me, that it is an act of the son of Drona by throwing the hymns of nuclear energy, Brahmastra, and the fellow does not know how to retract the glare. He has done it helplessly, being afraid of imminent extinction of life. Purport by His Divine Grace. The Brahmastra is similar to the modern nuclear weapon manipulated by atomic energy. The atomic energy works wholly on total combustibility, and so also the Brahmastra also acts. It creates an intolerable heat similar to the atomic radiation, but the difference is that atomic bombs are gross type of nuclear weapons, whereas Brahmastra is a subtle type of weapon produced by chanting the relative hymns. It is a different science, and in the days gone by, such science was cultivated in the land of Bharatavarsha. The subtle science of chanting hymns is also material, and it has yet to be known by the modern material scientists. Subtle material science is not spiritual, but it has direct relation with spiritual method, which is still more subtler. Such subtle chanter of the hymns did know both wise, namely how to apply the weapon as well as how to retract it. That was perfect knowledge. But the son of Dronacharya, who made use of this subtle science, did not know how to retract. He applied it being afraid of his imminent death, and thus the practice was not only improper, but also irreligious. As the son of a Brahman, he should not have so many mistakes, and for such gross negligence of duty, he was to be punished by the Lord himself. Om Ajnanatirmirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshuran Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashatya Deshatarine Bhakti Siddhanta Shishyaya Bhakti Vedanta Namine Prasannaya Prashantaya Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Bhagavad Bandhana Khadyam Guru Bandhana Purvakam Kshiram Sharkara Yuktam Kadatehi Visheshatah Adadana Strinam Danteridam Yachi Punah Punah Srimad Rupa Padam Bhoja Dhulisyam Janma Janmani Amsho Bhagavatosmyaham Sadadaso Asmi Sarvata Tat Kripa Pikshako Nityam Tat Prishta Satkaromismam Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. There's a very important point in the first verse that we've read today of how Arjuna is requesting Krishna. He says, "Oh, the Lord of Lords Krishna, how this all-round dangerous effulgence coming out, and where does it come from? I do not understand it. Please tell me." Prabhupada explains, anything that may be presented before the personality of Godhead may be so done after due presentation of respectful prayers That is the standard procedure. So this is a very important point. Many of you have read the Nectar of Devotion, where Srila Prabhupada very nicely explains what is the situation with the process of devotional service. The process basically is not very complicated. The process means that in order to advance in devotional service, there are certain rules, certain regulations, and certain points that must be observed. For example, in the Nectar of Devotion, chapter 6, there's different items that one should follow. There's like so many different items that one should avoid, somebody follow. And one of these items, point number 15 and 16, offering prayers and reciting notable prayers. We all know that the Srimad Bhagavatam is full of so many of these different prayers called Vandanam. We have all heard the 9 processes of devotional service: Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atma Nivedanam. Vandanam, or offering prayers or hymns, are very important in the process of devotional service. Oh, thank you. This is the actual text. Number 12, rendering personal service to the deities. Number 13, singing. Number 14, samkirtana. 15, chanting. 16, offering prayers. 17, reciting noble prayers. All of you have heard of the Shikshastakam. This is the wonderful prayers that was composed by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself. Because sometimes various devotees and scholars point out that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did not write a commentary on Srimad Bhagavatam or write a commentary on Vedanta Sutra or any other literature. All he did is wrote 8 prayers. But Prabhupada commented in one lecture that the purport and commentary on the Shikshastakam is the writings of the 6 Goswamis. Now think of that for a moment. Jiva Goswami alone, all of his writing, comprised almost 4 lakhs of verses. By a verse, we mean an Anushtup verse, like a Bhagavad Gita verse. Just think how much writing. Plus, in addition to that, we have Sanatan Goswami's writings, Gopal Bhatta's writings, Raghunath Das Goswami's writings. So it is a tremendous commentary on the Shikshastakam. What is the Shikshastakam tells us? Every single verse has so much meaning. When we first used to go on Samkirtan in Hollywood Boulevard with Vishnu Jan, on the way to the Samkirtan, devotees would recite the Shikshastakam prayer in Sanskrit, and somebody would explain the meaning in English. This is very important, because in order to understand what we're doing with the process of Samkirtan, what is Samkirtan? Jiva Goswami defines in his writing, Bahu Militva Samyankirtana, when several persons together glorify the Supreme Lord, that is Samkirtan. Prabhupada introduced that in 1966 in New York in Tompkins Square Park. You would sit down and chant, and so many people would join. People have never seen this in this country. Since the country was founded, no one had ever done this. Prabhupada did the same thing in Montreal. In 1967 in San Francisco, he did the same thing in Golden Gate Park. Basically, this pure devotee showed by personal example, Cheto Darpana Marjanam Bhava Mahadevagni Nirvapanam, that simply by engaging in this chanting, offering prayers to Krishna, then everything becomes auspicious. Bhava Mahadevagni Nirvapanam, the fire of material existence becomes extinguished. Anandam Buddhivardhanam, one increases the ocean of transcendental bliss. Because sometimes people say, well, what do you get by this repetitive chanting? Vishwakarma knows this because in 1975-76 in Toronto, there was an organization called COMA, the Council on Mind Abuse, as well as a deprogrammer, who came to Toronto to basically attack the movement. by claiming that people are just being brainwashed by this chanting. You're chanting and you're not thinking. You're not thinking like regular people. So the problem is with these kind of accusations is that people don't understand what is the chanting. Why do we chant? First of all, what is this name we're chanting? Krishna. Who is Krishna? It's a whole process of understanding the name of Krishna, the person Krishna, the benefit of hearing the name of Krishna. This is what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taught. In the Hare Bhakti Vilas, there's a section called Nam Mahatmya, where Gopal Bhatta Goswami and Sanatana Goswami have literally cited hundreds of verses about the meaning and the benefit of chanting the name of Krishna. Both the individual chanting of japa and the congregational chanting of Sankirtana. Now, this is very potent. The whole movement spread in the beginning with this Sankirtan. And then gradually book distribution was introduced to basically engage people in the activities of hearing the name of Krishna, chanting the name of Krishna. In the Chaitanya Charitamrita, Srila Prabhupada explains, he quotes from the Kali Santarana Upanishad, what is the meaning of these 16 names? It says, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Iti Sodashakam Nam Nam, Kali Kalmashanashanam, Nata Paratara Upeyaha Sarva Vedeshu Drishyate. This is from the Vedas. The Kali Santarana Upanishad is the history of how the Maha Mantra came to this planet. A conversation between Lord Brahma and Narada Muni. And Lord Brahma explained that these 16 names, Kali Kalmashanashanam, this clears out all the negative influences of the Kali Yuga. Oh, Ram Raghavas, I think he has the. After searching through all the Vedic literature, one cannot find a method of religion more sublime for this age than the chanting of Hare Krishna. The third line in Sanskrit, Nata Parataropayaha, means that there is no superior method of self-realization. Sarva Vedeshu Drishyati, all the Vedas recommend this process. Because sometimes you will find people that are in great anxiety. They take to intoxication. They take to gambling. They take to sport. They take to music. They take to so many diversions to counteract their anxiety, their suffering. And they think this is enjoyment. But the problem is never solved. The anxiety keeps coming back. This chanting will remove all the anxiety because it is on the higher platform of transcendental pleasure, transcendental connection, above the influence of the modes of nature. Which brings us to the next purport, text number 27. We were discussing about the Brahmastra, the nuclear weapon. In the Ishopanishad, Srila Prabhupada explains in that text, the subtle science of chanting hymns is also material, and it has yet to be known by the modern material scientists. Subtle material science is not spiritual, but it has direct relation with spiritual method, which is still more subtler. Subtle chanter of the hymns didn't know both wise, namely how to apply the weapon as well as how to retract it. For those who followed this, we've discussed this before. Ashwatthama killed the 5 sons of Draupadi. And then what happened? He fled away to try to counteract any kind of reaction to him. He released the Brahmastra weapon. And Arjuna, seeing that this weapon was coming, he released also his Brahmastra weapon. So the whole universe was getting so heated up that Krishna had to intervene. So Arjuna is wondering, what is this great heat that is everywhere, consuming everything? And he's praying to Krishna. He's offered different prayers to Krishna. And Krishna is now coming on and explaining to Arjuna that this son of Dronacharya does not know how to retract the weapon. Now, it's like nowadays, if somebody releases an atomic weapon, they don't have any way to retract it. But previously, by mantra, they could release the weapon and retract it. Prabhupada mentions this in the Upanishad. It says modern scientists have invented ways to accelerate death, but they have not found a way to release living beings from the influence of death, old age, and disease. Janma mrityu jaravyadi dukkha dosha anudarshanam. The Bhagavad Gita defines intelligence to understand anudarshanam, the great fault of accepting the sufferings of birth, death, old age, and disease. Some people may say, well, devotees also suffer from death, but devotees are under special protection. The Vaishnavas are under special protection because they've taken shelter of Krishna. Just like in this world, people buy so many insurance policies. Recently, I got a notice. I have a truck to deal with the snow in the mountains here. You know, your insurance is up, it's coming up soon. You got to pay up. You got to pay up. We have to renew your insurance. Insurance on the house is coming. You have to pay up. People buy life insurance, car insurance, house insurance, so many different insurance, workers insurance. Why? Because they're trying to prevent events that they know may happen. Now, where is the insurance for devotees? Ananyas chintayanto mamya janaha paryupasate tesham nitya yubhiyuktanam yogakshemam vahamyaham. Maybe you can find this. I believe it might be in the 9th chapter somewhere. Ananyas chintayanto mam. What is that? That is Krishna's insurance plan. Krishna has his own insurance plan for devotees. It's not complicated to understand. It's guaranteed by Krishna. All of you know the history of Draupadi. In the assembly of the Kurus, they gambled. The Pandavas gambled, they lost, and they claimed that they had lost their wife. So the wicked Dushasana and Karna wanted to see her naked, so they tried to take her sari away. And Krishna supplied unlimited sari. And Draupadi was praying, Pratignatava Govinda Name Bhakta Pranashyati Iti Samsmritya Pranam Sandarayamyaham. That, my dear Krishna, you have always promised that your devotee, Name Bhakta Pranashyati, will never perish. Iti samsmritya samsare. By remembering this again and again, I maintain my life. This is Krishna's insurance policy for the devotees, as well as in the Bhagavad Gita. Did you find the verse, Ram? Here we go. Text number 22. Ananyas chintayanto mam yejanaha paryupasate tesam nitya biyuktanam yogakshemam vahamyaham. Let's see the translation by Srila Prabhupada. But those who worship me with devotion, meditating on my transcendental form, to them I carry what they lack and preserve what they have. This is Lord Krishna's insurance policy for his devotees. Very important point. Let us remember this. Thank you very much for your time. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Back to you in the studio.
Very detailed explanation of today's verses by Yashodanandana Prabhu. And why do we attend these programs? Because we're taking the remedy for Maya, for our disease condition of life, which is to hear. This is a spiritual science based on sound vibration, transcendental sound vibration. And that's why we stress so much in these programs that the sound should not be changed, just like a medicine. You cannot change the formula for a medicine if you're treating a diseased person, can you? Actually, I have a friend, and she is a pharmacist, and it's very strict, Ram Raghava, in terms of how you add the different potions to the medicine to make sure that you don't kill the patient. It's very serious. So in the same way, the sound vibration of Krishna, the sound vibration of the pure devotee should not be changed, because the disease condition of material life can only be cured by pure sound vibration. And it's interesting to note, Yashoda, in terms of the chanting, we used to say with our beads, because Prabhupada mentioned here today, oh, you should chant 24 hours a day. Of course, it's not practical, but the idea is to be always fixed. We used to call it in the temple a lifeline to the spiritual world. This is your direct link to transcending the material world. So people would say, well, why are you chanting so much? And you mentioned about coma. The Council on Mind Relief, Mind Abuse, that was one part of it. I also had a chance to meet Ted Patrick. You ever heard of him, everyone? Ted Patrick was a guy who used to deprogram devotees back in the 70s. And he would charge people, parents, he charged Linda Epstein's parents $10,000 back then to kidnap her from the Toronto Temple and take her to Nova Scotia and try to make her normal. What did he do? Well, they took her there, they had her watch TV. That's going to solve brainwashing. You become brainwashed by the media. And they tried to get her to eat regular food. That was their solution. You're missing all this nutrients because you're a vegetarian. So they would say, oh, you're undernourished. That's it. And then because of your being undernourished, you can't think properly. And then they would say, and they still do this, people still say this about this process. Oh, if you chant all day, if you chant these mantras, the same road, you'll become hypnotized. That was their expression. So they had all these different rules to counteract the rules and regulations of Bhakti Yoga. Because Prabhupada had said here in today's program that there is an uncivilized society that exists in the Kali Yuga that wants to cancel the belief that God exists. That's what it is. And some people claim they're spiritually minded. Yes, especially Americans, the Christian Americans. They claim to be conscious of God, but their whole society is based on animal slaughter. That's what it does. They promote meat eating as a way of life. And it's everywhere, constantly being brainwashed by social media, by being brainwashed by other government officials, being brainwashed by fake religious groups that are sentimentally involved in spiritual life for making money. That's the business of the modern world. It's a complete distorted perspective on life. And this is unfortunate. And we are working very diligently, all of us, and thank you everyone, for being a part of this effort to tell the truth as presented by Srila Prabhupada for the benefit of everyone. And we're going to move forward with another section of this program, which is Our Living Guru. It's an interesting look at how the words of a bona fide spiritual master can be distorted by certain confused disciples. And many devotees that join this movement are confused. Go ahead, Yashodanandana Prabhu. Haribo.
Question. But once the GBC appoints a guru, does he not become the most confident servant of Radha and Krishna, the sum total of all demigods and the object of worship for Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma? Answer. Nowhere does Srila Prabhupada indicate that within a few short years, one can make the transition from Bhakta Lawrence to the sum total of all the demigods. Rather, Srila Prabhupada describes this kind of mentality as prakrita sahajya, or taking things very cheaply. Nor can a committee of mortal men force their appointed pure devotee concoctions upon the Lord, who alone provides us with the fully liberated and completely Krishna-conscious eternal preceptor guru. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adilila 146, Srila Prabhupada writes, only out of his immense compassion does the personality of Godhead reveals himself as the spiritual master. In short, the Lord, not some governing body certification committee, establishes who is a fully realized pure devotee guru. And in a lecture on the nectar of devotion in Vrindavan on the 11th of November, 1972, Srila Prabhupada said of the guru, Krishna has appointed him, the guru, to train them, his disciples. The guru is appointed by Krishna. Prabhupada would say, we cannot rubber stamp someone as a guru. This is not the function of some managerial committee. When a committee contrived to artificially create a genuine, liberated, completely Krishna-conscious, eternal preceptor guru, they are playing God. But the Lord himself is the genuine guru's life, potency, and appointment authority, and no one else can artificially bring to life or create such exalted spiritual living guru realization any more than a scientist can create living consciousness. In 1976 at Mayapur, one sannyasi asked Prabhupada, why the Gaudiya Math failed? Prabhupada replied, because they tried to make a perfect man. You cannot make a perfect man. Thus, Srila Prabhupada did not approve one of the fundamental pillars of the experimental guru project, 2.15. The GBC has appointed a guru research committee to study the nature of the bona fide guru. Why don't we simply allow things to go on while waiting patiently for that committee's determinations? Answer. That would be like allowing bungling brain surgeons to go on opening heads while we waited patiently for a medical panel to ponder the topic. What is the nature of the bona fide brain surgeon? Prabhupada explains that the actual authoritative Siddhanta of Krishna consciousness and the actual exalted position of the bona fide guru is not understood through research work. Quote from Madhya Lila Chaitanya Charitamrita, chapter 8, text 313. At the end of every chapter, the author admits the value of disciplic succession. He never claims to have written this transcendental literature by carrying out research work. Thank you very much. Back to you in the studio. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Experimental Guru Project has failed.
I call it the LGEP, the Living Guru Experimental Project.
It's an experiment. Committee approval. Very unfortunate and deviant by all means. So we're going to move forward with our next section of our program, which is another lecture by Srila Prabhupada to give us more insight into the transcendental position that he has, opening our eyes, our mind, our intelligence to how to get out of this repeated birth and death. Let's move forward with this section.
Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Juta Padakamalam.
So, Guru is Krishna. Here is the example given by Arjuna. Prichyami tma, who is that Krishna? Why you are asking me? Dharma sangamura chita. I am builder in my duties. Dharma. Dharma means duty. Dharman sakshat bhagavad sangamura chita. So, what I have to do? Jat shreya. What is actually my duty? Shreya. Shreya and priya. Priya, there are two things. Priya means which I like immediately. Very nice. And Shreya means ultimate goal. There are two things. Just like a child wants to play all day. That is childish nature. That is Shreya. And Priya means he must take education so that in future his life will be settled up. That is Priya. Shreya. So Arjuna is asking not prayer. He is asking instruction from Krishna, not for the purpose of confirming his Shreya. Shreya means immediately he was thinking that I shall be happy by not fighting, not by killing my kinsman. That he was like a child he was thinking. Shreya. But when he came to his consciousness, not actually consciousness because he is intelligent, he is asking for prayer, Shreya. Jat Shreya Syat. What is actually my ultimate goal of life? Jat Shreya Syat. Jat Shreya Syat Nishchitam. Nishchitam means fixed up, without any mistake. Nishchitam. In Bhagavad there is called Nishchitam. Nishchitam means you haven't got to make research. It is already settled up. This is the decision. So, because we are, with our teeny brain, we cannot find out what is the actual Nishchitam fixed up Shreya. That we do not know. That you have to ask from Krishna or the representative. These are the things. Jat Sheyashyad Nishchitam Bruhi Ton Me. Say, kindly, speak to me that. So why shall I speak to you? And here says, Shishyaste Aham. Now I am accepting you as my Guru. I become your Shishya. Shishya means whatever you will say, I will accept. That is Shishya. The Shishya word comes from Shasdhatu. Shasdhatu, Shastra, Shastra, Shasan, Shishya. These are from the same root. Shasdhatu. Shasdhatu means rule, ruling. So we can rule in various ways. We can be ruled becoming a Shishya or a proper Guru. That is Shasdhatu. Or we can be ruled by Shastra, weapon. That's why a king has got weapon. If you don't follow the king's instruction or government instruction, then there is police force, military force. That is Shastra. And there is Shastras. Shastra means book. Scripture, just like Bhagavad Gita. Everything is there. So we must be ruled either by Shastra, Shastra or Guru, or becoming Shishya. Therefore it is said, Shishyastyam. I become voluntarily. I surrender unto you. You become Shishya. What is the proof that you have become my Shishya? Sadhimang swang prapannam. Now I am fully surrendered. Prapanna.
Yes, there must be discipline. And this program runs 3 times a week. And we've expanded the program. I see some of our members have reappeared on the screen with us. You can either come through YouTube. We have YouTube participants, 15 or 20, and participants directly. And then after, you can go to the classes and attend them on our YouTube page, Hare Krishna Society YouTube. And this way you can be in association with devotees and transcendental sound. And we've changed the program. Yes, we have. You can see we've added in Prabhupada lectures. We've added in 2 rounds of japa. Now, some of you may not have a chance to or can chant, but when you come to this program, we've changed it to the japa section to enable you to take your time, even if it's 2 hours. Like people said, well, I liked it when it was an hour and a half. Okay. Well, it's expanded. We've expanded the content to give you a chance to get more medicine, Prabhupada medicine. And we're reading from different books, and the classes are a PhD program in a forensic review of this philosophy to charge you up or charge us up to carry on with our duties throughout the day and the week, because time is our most valuable asset. And in the material world is drawing us away from Krishna with Maya. And this is drawing people back to Krishna through transcendental sound. So thank you, everyone. And I wanted to remind you before we go to our next section that we are having a special program on November 15th for the disappearance of Srila Prabhupada. And we have new guests that have committed to come and speak. And they're going to recall Prabhupada pastimes. So make sure you mark that down in your calendar. It's not going to be longer than the classes. It'll be restructured to fit in, a restructured program, a special event to fit into everyone's timetable. And you can enjoy that opportunity to hear about Srila Prabhupada from devotees that have realizations and understanding of their relationship with him. So that's on November 15th. Thank you very much. We're going to move forward. And here is a very valuable section. We're adding new sections, Yashodanandana, to the program. We're going to have some special mantras that are going to be chanted. We're going to add in the 6 Shastakam prayers. Oh, we're going to pack this up with transcendental opportunity for all of our wonderful committed members who are serious about going back to Godhead in this lifetime. We're going to go ahead with the 10 offenses against the chanting of Hare Krishna. Haribol.
Nectar of Devotion, Chapter 8, Offenses to be Avoided. The offenses against the chanting of the holy name are as follows. First, to blaspheme the devotees who have dedicated their lives for propagating the holy name of the Lord. Second, to consider the names of demigods like Lord Shiva or Lord Brahma to be equal to or independent of the name of Lord Vishnu. Sometimes the atheistic class of men take it that any demigod is as good as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vishnu. But one who is a devotee knows that no demigod, however great he may be, is independently as good as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, if someone thinks that he can chant Kali, Kali or Durga, Durga, and it is the same as Hare Krishna, that is the greatest offense. Third, to disobey the orders of the spiritual master. Fourth, to blaspheme the Vedic literature or literature in pursuance of the Vedic version. Fifth, to consider the glories of chanting Hare Krishna to be imagination. Sixth, to give some interpretation on the holy name of the Lord. 7th, to commit sinful activities on the strength of the holy name of the Lord. Because by chanting the holy name of the Lord, one can be freed from all kinds of sinful reactions. It should not be taken that one may continue to act sinfully and after that chant Hare Krishna to neutralize his sins. Such a dangerous mentality is very offensive and should be avoided. 8th, to consider the chanting of Hare Krishna as one of the auspicious ritualistic activities which are offered in the Vedas as fruitive activities. Karma Kanda. 9th, to instruct a faithless person about the glories of the holy name. Anyone can take part in chanting the holy name of the Lord, but in the beginning one should not be instructed about the transcendental potency of the Lord. Those who are too sinful cannot appreciate the transcendental glories of the Lord, and therefore it is better not to instruct them in this matter. 10th, to not have complete faith in the chanting of the holy names, and to maintain material attachments, even after understanding so many instructions on this matter. Every devotee who claims to be a Vaishnava must guard against these offenses in order to quickly achieve the desired success.
We're going to move forward with the chanting of one round. Hare Krishna.
Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram, Hare
Ram,
Ram
Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram, Hare Ram,
Ram
Ram
Ram,
Ram, Hare
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 Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Hare Hare
Rama Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
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 Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Hare Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Hare Hare,
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna Krishna, Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Ram
Ram, Hare Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram, Hare
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 Ram,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
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 Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram, Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram, Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram, Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Ram
Ram, Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram, Hare
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 Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
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 Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram, Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram, Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram, Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
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 Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
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 Ram,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Ram
Ram, Hare Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama
Krishna
Rama, Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama
Krishna
Rama Rama
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Krishna Hare Hare. Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare Rama
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 Rama, Hare
Rama
Hare.
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Rama Hare
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Hare
Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare.
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Chant and be happy.
Let us offer our respectful obeisances to all the assembled Vaishnava devotees. Vanchakalpa tarubhyascha kripa sindubhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. I offer my respectful obeisances. We all offer our respectful obeisances unto all the Vaishnava devotees of the Lord, who can fulfill the desires of everyone, just like desire trees, and who are full of compassion for the fallen souls. Thanks, everybody, for participating in this reading and discussion. Thanks, Ram Raghava Prabhu in Georgia, Vishwakarma Prabhu in Yautepec, Mexico, Krishna Katha Prabhu in San Diego with a beautiful display of the Srimad Bhagavatam, Sunil Prabhu, wherever you are, Radharani in Kansas, Rashikeshwari Mataji and her husband Viprahita, both the parents of Ram Raghava, both in Georgia, and Nandimukhi Mataji, Joe Felici in Hamilton, Ontario, Yashoda Devidasi in Croatia, thank you for participating. Bhaktin Renuka, thank you. In Forest Temple in Mexico, and now we have Anshuman Prabhu Mishra in Orissa, India, Bhakta Roy in Mississippi, Veerabhadra Prabhu in South India, Bhakta Karan in Trinidad, Kevin G in Tennessee, Rochisa Mataji, dans la belle province de Québec, Kanta Prabhu in Trinidad, and Rupa Goswami Prabhu in Mumbai, India. Interestingly, last night I had a very interesting discussion with Rupa Goswami. He sent me a recording of him chanting. As we all know, he recently accepted second initiation as a duly initiated disciple of Srila Prabhupada. He has a Brahman initiation, and he is chanting a mantra that is recommended by Srila Prabhupada in the 5th canto of the Bhagavatam, which is worship of Surya Narayana, the sun god. This is recommended by Srila Prabhupada. So he was chanting, and it's just like perfect Sanskrit pronunciation. And we were discussing a little late last night from my time about the meaning of some of the actual description in the Vedas of this personality, because the person in the sun globe is not just a demigod, it's the incarnation of Narayana called Surya Narayana, and he maintains the whole universe, all the light and the transcendental procession. So thank you very much, Rupa Goswami. This was a very enlivening discussion. Back to you in the studio, Vishwakarma Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Well, thank you, Yashoda. And we're going to wind up the program. And I wanted to send out a message to all of you. We have a lot of plans for propagating the Sankirtan movement using modern day technology as the vehicle. So if you're interested and you want to increase your service, please be in touch with us and we'll be happy to discuss ways and means that we can all work together to spread the Sankirtan movement of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in this very tumultuous, degraded Kali Yuga time. Hare Krishna.
I'm listening. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Play that bass, chant their peace. Krishna, Hare